Welcome back to The Messy Truth. I'm Van Jones. Now, we were tough on Republicans sometimes. Here's a messy truth for Democrats. Like I said, we kind of suck too. We claim to be for the working class, but we left out a lot of workers in the Rust Belt, as you saw. We claim to be the party for the next generation, but we offended all those young Bernie Sanders voters, and we never fixed it the right way. And as far as people of color, a lot of black folk don't feel like we're getting very much for our vote. So, yeah, I'm going to keep it messy for everybody. Both parties have to look at their problems. And so to talk about it, we've got the liberal activist, the rabble-rouser, the legendary filmmaker, Michael Moore in the house.
Go ahead.
So I want to bring in Chris Vitale, who I think's got something important to say to you.
When I was a kid growing up, I listened to Lee Iacocca tell us how this country got screwed on trade deals. Right now, Germany puts 19% tax on an American car that gets shipped to Germany. China does even more. China does that to ensure production in China. NAFTA was supposed to create a Mexican middle class. 25 years later, the average Mexican manufacturing wage is $2.49 an hour.
Right.
I don't necessarily believe that Donald Trump is a hater. I think he's a businessman. Tell me why I shouldn't have voted for him when my own union didn't back him and his own party doesn't back him on trade, but he's willing to speak the truth.
On that issue, I can't tell you that I can't, because what he says, now what he'll do, I don't know what he'll do. You know, but what he says is that NAFTA was wrong. That's correct. It was wrong. TPP is wrong. All the whole unfair thing that got set up. And Democrats and Republicans screwed the working class of this country. And the low unemployment that we have now is in large part due to the fact that, yes, people have jobs, but they don't have the union jobs, the middle class jobs that they used to have. But let's see what he does with that, because ultimately he's a billionaire who looks out. He has an ideology that he believes in, and it's called Donald J. Trump. That's what he's going to make sure that he takes care of. I don't think he's going to take care of you, the working person.
I think he's done more for me than any Democrat's done in my lifetime.
He hasn't done anything for you yet.
He raised the issue. He raised the issue, and that's more than any of them have done.
Hey, let him talk. Let him talk. What has he? By the way, this is a.
He raised the issue.
Wait, hold on a second. He's a Chrysler worker, and he's from a state I think you've heard of called Michigan. So what has he done for you?
In a county you've heard of called Macomb.
That's right. Yeah.
I can tell you this: no other politician in my lifetime has ever brought this issue to the forefront. And the fact of the matter is, we do get screwed on trade.
Yep.
And they tell these companies to be more global. Well, when you add $9,000 the price of a Jeep when it goes to Germany, I'm frankly amazed they can sell any of them over there, let alone a few of them.
Right.
And that needs to change.
When he doesn't follow through, when he doesn't get rid of NAFTA, when you're still screwed in Michigan 5 months from now, 2 years from now, where are you going to be then on this issue?
How do you know he's not going to follow through, Michael?
There's nothing in his behavior. The man is, first of all, a malignant narcissist, and he's only about himself, folks. And you're about to see that happen in
I hate to say this.
I guess you could say the same thing about Hillary Clinton.
Wait, hold on, guys, calm down. I hate to be the one to say this. It makes me feel very odd, but he's not an idiot. He's got to get reelected. He's got to get reelected by these guys. Can't you give him a chance at least on the stuff you agree with them on?
I can't even imagine he's thinking about reelection. I can't even imagine he's thinking about, I got to do this for 4 years. Not fair.
Okay, listen. I got to get one more voice in here. Hey, thank you so much, sir. We got.
It is the responsibility of this minority of Democrats in Congress
to
block, obstruct, disrupt, and do whatever they can to prevent the onslaught that is going to happen with Donald Trump that the American people do not support.
Wait a minute. I keep feeling so odd.
I ruined your kumbaya moment.
Exactly.
I'm sorry.
But let me just push back on you
I'm
on the left side of Pluto just like you.
Yeah.
But let me just say a couple of things.
I wore a tie for you, by the way.
And I appreciate that, sir. Listen, when the Republicans did this, they blocked our president on everything.
Mm-hmm.
And you know who suffered?
Mm-hmm.
Those workers suffered.
Mm-hmm.
The kids in Oakland suffered. The whole country suffered.
Yeah.
Are you saying that now Democrats should have a policy of imposing that same suffering for 4 more years? You're saying we shouldn't even try to find any way out?
Their job is to stop the suffering that these people are going to cause. And let me tell you something. He's going to be inaugurated on January 20th. And January 21st, which is a Saturday, Don't be surprised if the Republicans call a Saturday session of Congress and they are going to pass law after law after law and have him sign it the next day, and it's going to be one piece of suffering against people after another. And it is the job of the Democrats now to stop the suffering that he's about to create for the American people. That is their job, and they have to do it, and they better be planning it right now instead of being the wimps that they usually are.
Well, and this is going to be, again, here's the messy truth for Democrats.
Yeah.
It's easy to say that, but when you got to go back to a district, and you got to say you're going to turn down infrastructure and that type of stuff, it's going to be a lot tougher than that. But listen,
I'm not saying turn that down. I'm just saying, but they better know when they go back to the district this spring, in the same way the Tea Party was there in 29, myself and thousands like me are going to be at those town halls in the districts in the spring. And we will primary them, these Democrats, if they don't do their job.
Yourself warned. Consider yourself warned.
That's the message.
Okay, that's the truth. Well, listen, I want to thank you, and we had an honest conversation here tonight. But this is only the beginning. I hope that you are going to take this conversation back to your dinner tables, back to work tomorrow, the water cooler, and your communities. Thank you very much. Stay human. CNN Tonight with Don Lemon starts right now.